Seen them both. I'm not a big poop and fart guy. Joking,
Right?
It's just not my.
He loves pooping and farting, but he doesn't like jokes about it.
Everybody does it. It's nothing to joke about.
I've seen you firsthand, your reactions to pooping and farting.
This case should never have come to trial.
I don't think it's fair to call my clients frauds. Because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries, of a sham.
If we are to have faith in justice, we need only to believe in ourselves.
And the truth shall set you free!
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty, but with a real good excuse.
I think the truth will come forth.
You can't handle the truth!
Hello, everybody. It's time for more Done Lite, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree. We are situated in the high-rise white brick edifice at 530 Frederica Street, and it is time to continue today with a fun competition. Mm-hmm. We've got PJ.
Hello.
And our guest today is Amy Burden, who has been on the show before and has been a long-time paralegal of mine and works every day on all of our personal injury cases with me, and so she has agreed to join us, and this is kind of like she's looking forward to this because this is one of the last things she has to check off her list before she leaves for vacation.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not going to be here tomorrow, right?
No.
PJ, we're going to miss her, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You come down to this end of the hall and
Why are you laughing, Paige?
I don't know. I think it's funny that he has such high energy talking about all this fun we're going to have.
He does sound a little tired,
He's
doesn't
like, hey, everybody.
Right.
Welcome.
I didn't sleep good last night, so I am tired.
We're going to have fun.
It's because I'm going on vacation. That's why he's not excited.
That's right. I'm depressed.
Well, you're technically only going to be not with us for 3 days, though, right? Well, I don't know.
She won't be here tomorrow.
Wait, do we get off Thursday and Friday, or just Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay, I can never remember
I
holidays.
can't ever remember how they work either. They have to tell me.
Yeah.
You know, the people downstairs.
I normally just look at the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, to recap what has happened thus far, this is the time of year that we do our Christmas movie bracket.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season. That's right. And last year we did this. It was our inaugural year.
Mm-hmm.
Big word. And we went through this process, and we picked a winner. One winner survived the gauntlet.
That's right.
And has been placed into the Christmas Movie Hall of Fame, the Foreman Watson Holtree Christmas, and that is Christmas Vacation, and that's why it is absent from this year's bracket.
Yeah, well deserved. We need to get a plaque made that we hang on the wall.
We should. We will. Yeah, something.
Or at
a
least
stocking
or at least
something.
print out a piece
Different.
of paper. Yeah.
So last weekend, or last week at this time, I was starting a trip to Cincinnati, and in the afternoon, right before you and Tyler left, we started the Christmas bracket with 32. And the one thing I took away from that, I don't know about you, maybe you knew this about Tyler, you've known him a lot longer than I have, but man, he knew quite a bit about movies and actors and actresses and things that, didn't he?
I didn't
like
know
he
that.
knew different movies that they were in.
Yeah.
And
he's always full of surprises.
I honestly, and I know this is going to probably make you mad, but I think it's what makes us have fun on the podcast is like if I was to ask you to name 10 current NFL football players, you may be able to name 2 or 3, right?
If we're lucky.
Okay. And I like movies. I just don't have time to watch them. And
Right.
and when I watch them, I get into them, but I don't even know the names of the actors and actresses in them. I'm one of those guys that says that guy was in something else I've seen. Right. That's me. And so like I could name probably 10 actors and actresses, you know, but if you were to ask me like the names of movies that they were in, I would have a really hard time. It doesn't mean that I don't watch movies. It just means that like that name, like I've used the storage space in my brain for something else because it just doesn't stick.
Right. Now, if you asked me to name 10 actors who have played sports figures in movies, I'd probably have an easier time coming up with actors' names.
Really?
as
Well,
opposed to sports.
No,
actual
yeah, well,
sports
I got you.
stars.
Yeah, well, that
Yeah.
makes sense. But you and Tyler last week, I was just driving. Like, I covered 100 miles, I think, and y'all were just going back and forth. Oh, yeah, he played in such and such. Oh, there's a podcast with this guy. And, well, what? Oh, I love the parts that he played in this. I'm like, okay, good. Can
We were
vote?
very simpatico
But
last week.
I was very, Amy, that, there is a high standard set for the guests.
I don't
What
like
he's
that.
saying is you just have to be better than Tyler.
Hey, we're getting
Check.
Let's just look at this. Hey guys, hold on. Amy told me as we were walking in here, PJ, that she had done some research.
She told me the same.
That's good. That's what I would expect of my paralegal.
Yeah.
That she's been trained to do research and not just reach some harebrained conclusion without basing it on some kind of
So
research.
not like how she normally works.
PJ, we want to keep our guests. That's not very nice, Amy.
Can I fire him?
Okay, so without further ado, what's wrong?
I don't know.
What is wrong with you?
I know you're
wrong.
being a little skittish over there.
Are you
I
feeling
had an
okay?
energy drink. Yeah.
You had an energy drink.
You look very strange.
Do it really?
Yeah, you look.
Something's wrong.
You're like
Something's off.
like tweaking out or something.
there.
I don't know. Your eye is twitching.
I can feel my eye twitching.
And your face is getting really red.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably blood pressure, but and the eye twitching
no
is
big
probably
deal,
from
right?
the
Big deal.
caffeine from the energy drink.
Yeah,
Normally, people can't see the eye twitching, so it must really be going.
yeah, it is. And you're just like,
I'm just, you know what? I'm excited about this Christmas movie,
I
bracket.
can tell. All right, well let's get to it. All right, because that's what we're here for.
And you have my
the
permission
rules.
to continue if I die in
the
the middle of
rules
this.
the rules are as follows. We will announce the bracket. I will do the announcing today since I only got about 10 words in edgewise last time.
Sounds good.
And then you two will make the decision, and if you agree, then there's no need for me to cast the deciding vote. But if you disagree, then I will cast the deciding vote. We do have some public sentiment that has been shared with us, and we can weigh that, but that is not a vote, okay? That is
Right.
not a vote. That is a weighing mechanism, all right? Got me?
Yep.
All right, so Amy, you clear on the rules?
I guess we'll see as we go. I
She'll
can
just
research.
make
I can't follow instructions.
I know that. All right, here we go. And we're going to start. All ready for the first pairing?
Yep.
A Charlie Brown Christmas versus How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 1966 original.
Yep.
Not the remake.
Amy, you're the guest. You can go first.
Charlie Brown, hands down, it's my favorite thing in the entire world.
Why
All of them.
Why is the Charlie Brown Christmas? What is your favorite part of a Charlie Brown Christmas?
I don't know if I really have a favorite part. It's not very long.
It's about the tree, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
and didn't
obviously.
you bring in a tree to our office?
I had a Charlie Brown tree for years. I think I got it in Hartford.
Right.
CJ has it now. He wanted it at home.
Yeah, it's got like the one red ornament.
It does.
Yeah, yeah. It is a classic. I always remember we would go to Christmas Eve candlelight service as a child, and then we would go over to a family in our church. Always kind of had my father was a pastor, and so they did like an appreciation little dinner thing at their house on Christmas Eve, and we would go there, and all the kids would pile into a room because they were playing Charlie Brown Christmas. And so that's kind of like I remember watching Charlie Brown Christmas at Jack and Sherry Sparks' house, you know. So it has so she has cast her vote for a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Fond memories.
Okay, Mr. Tweaker.
Hold on a
really
second.
kind of.
There you go. Got the powdered donuts off of your lips.
Thing is, though, is that's not drugs. That's really just powdered donuts.
Yeah, more sugar and caffeine. That's all he needs.
You could go with that
Let's go.
down
So,
Yes.
first of all,
Yes.
I want to say that I love both of these movies. How the Grinch Stole Christmas has Boris Karloff doing the
Here we go.
narration, and he's a universal monster. However, between the two,
Charlie Brown's still the
Charlie
best
Brown
actor.
Christmas is, I think, the better of the two. It's the one movie that I think, outside of A Christmas Story, that is a constant in our household growing up. Because, like, when I think of a Charlie Brown Christmas, I can remember Christmas Eve, I'm laying on the floor in my living room on this beanbag. All the lights are off, but the tree's lit up, so there's that soft glow across the room. And I'm sitting there watching a Charlie Brown Christmas. and it just gives me the feels.
It sounds like a Hallmark movie.
I don't know what is happening across the room from us right now.
I had a cold breeze going down my neck, and
It's called the
Travis
air
has
conditioning.
turned.
It's 80 degrees in here.
He has turned into a DJ all of a sudden.
He does look like with the ear, the ear things, whatever they're
A
called.
homeless DJ, but somehow managed to find a nice pullover.
We're going to advance a movie here.
Yes.
What is it?
Oh, I'm excited.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Right out of the gate, we're in
Boom.
agreement.
Yeah.
Which never happens. with
last
me and
week
you.
I only got to vote twice, I think. I mean, these two knuckleheads, they had it boiled. I think you all got together beforehand, right?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
All right, so I'll announce the next. We're going to go over to the other. We're not going to do the order. Just that way it's a little different every time.
Okay.
Next is The Santa Claus. It faces Ernest Saves Christmas.
So is the Santa Claus one with Tim Allen?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's The Santa Claus, not like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's the clause because there was
The Santa agreement
that he had to fulfill.
Yes.
All right, so you went first last time. So PJ, well, why don't you jump in?
I love Ernest P. Worrell. I love all of his movies. But honestly, if I was going to pick between these two, the one that I watched the most growing up was The Santa Claus.
Yes.
And I think I have a feeling that it's about to be another in agreement. But for
Ho, ho, ho. Isn't that Santa Claus 2? Where they make the plastic Santa Claus?
Gosh, I don't
Remember they make the knockoff Santa Claus and
You know
he burns
what?
his
I
finger
haven't
on
seen-
hot cocoa? Ho, ho, ho.
I haven't seen the sequels. I think I've seen the second one once.
Oh, okay.
And I've never seen the third one with
Well, I've
Martin
never
Short.
seen the third one, but I did see the second one, and they make like a knockoff Santa.
You remind me of the Santa on the Christmas Story with the elf kicking the kid down the.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, just the way he said it.
Ho, ho. Yeah, that's a little different. It's a little different.
Little
ho,
different. Ho ho.
Ho.
Oh.
All right.
Well, I see what she's doing with her list over here, so she's already got her mind made up.
Santa Claus.
No,
one.
I haven't done these. There's the ones we've already done.
The
the Santa Claus.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
Santa Claus, yeah.
All right, so it advances, and you do not need my deciding vote. We will go down to the bottom, and we will be announcing the next two movies. Elf is taking on Bad Santa. Elf taking on Bad Santa.
I'm going to let you go first on this one.
Okay, so I've never heard of Bad Santa. I've never seen Bad Santa. And quite honestly, I don't even have to because Elf is my favorite movie. So I really didn't care a whole lot. I didn't research Bad Santa. I was kind of afraid to.
Okay, tell her who the primary actor is in Bad Santa because I actually know this one.
Oh, in Bad Santa?
Yeah.
It's now that you asked me, I'm on a brain fart. It's Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
And according to Tyler, the little curly-haired white kid.
The little curly white.
Whoever his.
All right, so you've never seen Bad Santa.
No,
it is a great movie.
It really
is one
is.
that I've seen. Did you get the rating off of?
No, that one I
Google
did
for
not
that
even
one?
get the rating on just because it was up against Elf.
The Elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really need to.
Bad Santa is one of those movies where it's really graphic with language and stuff.
It's Christmas. Why would you want to watch that?
It's realistic.
But the movie has a really heart-filled,
It does.
sentimental turnaround at the end.
Well, then they need to rename that movie so other people will watch it.
Right. Well, it's
You
kind
need
of,
to put it on your watch list for the holidays. It is a
yeah.
good movie.
It's kind of it's like Scrooge, but if Scrooge was a mall Santa and hated life.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away. It is worth watching. It really is.
Give it away, give it away now.
Oh, please don't.
All right, so are you all in agreement on Elf? Or do
He's
I
going
need
to fight me on this one.
No, he very well could because that's a good movie.
I'm torn because I love both of these movies for equally different reasons, and I'm trying to base it off of which one I think makes me laugh the most because they're both comedies, but I think they're both great Christmas movies. And I'm just
You didn't do your research.
Cotton-headed ninny muggin.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've seen both of these movies. I've done my research.
Let's go. You're on the clock.
You know what? I'm going to go this route. If I was to watch one of these two movies, I would do it in Christmas fashion with the family. And you can't really do that with Bad Santa unless it's just all adults. So I'm going to go with Elf because Elf is what I could watch with my kids.
Okay, so it gets it's the more PG-ish.
Right.
You two keep right on going. I love it. I don't have to make any decisions. Elf advances over Bad Santa, kicks us to the other quadrant.
I'm going to beat myself up later for that because I'll rewatch them and then I'll be like, oh, Bad Santa's way
No,
funnier.
you made the perfect choice, Pete.
All right, here we go. Here we go. We have A Christmas Story, which we've already talked about, a quote from it.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, you'll shoot your eye out.
Let's hear your all's quotes from the other movie.
And it's up against 13 Sleighs Till Christmas, Xmas.
Yeah.
PJ cannot even he cannot even be involved in this decision.
Yeah, he has to be.
Yeah.
But it's his movie.
He got this. It doesn't matter.
Then he's
He
gonna
should
go
be,
first.
He should not be biased.
Have you met
What is a
PJ?
better
Look at him.
movie?
Oh, what's a better? Well, if we're going off what's better.
You're right. That's what this is. It's the best Christmas movie. Come on.
I mean, here's the. It's trial by fire here because it's just an unfortunate pairing.
Hey, you made it from the 32 to the 16,
I know,
buddy. So you can say my movie made it to the top 16.
I
the
beat
Foreman
out
Watch.
Die Hard.
Beat
somehow.
out Die Hard.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's not going to beat A Christmas Story. Christmas Story is a classic. 13 Sleighs is a modern classic. So it's you can't really compare to the two.
Who is the director of 13 Sleighs Till Christmas?
There's 15 different directors.
Okay, who is the producer?
Eric and I are the two main producers. Okay. Eric Huskisson, for anybody.
Who is the
writer?
Writer.
There's multiple different writers, but I wrote the most amount of stories on it. So
Is Santa in it?
Santa,
yeah, and a lot of it.
Who plays Santa?
Well, there's a couple different. There's Santa's evil. Actually, there's Santa's evil brother is in it, and then there's Bell's Nickel, which is a German version of I think it's a German, like an evil Santa. It's like
What is,
Santa's.
hey PJ, what is Santa's
make him
evil
stop.
brother's name?
It's Bell's Nickel.
Bell's Nickel. I'd be evil too. If my name
But I
was
think it's
Bell's
like
Nickel,
Belschnickel. I think it's like how they pronounce
Wouldn't
it.
you
yeah.
be evil if your name was Belschnickels?
Yeah, he has this
I don't
thing
think I'd be
made of
talking to my
twine
parents.
that he runs around and he smacks naughty children with it. and if they're bad, he puts them in a bag and like.
I've got to.
He puts the kids in a bag?
Yeah.
I've got to see that movie.
Now there
What
is
is wrong with you?
Kringles.
'Cause you're
There's
really
Kringles the
not.
Christmas clown, which is in it.
Oh, that's good. I'm scared of clowns.
Oh, are you?
Very
Yeah.
strange because you're not like a creepy, twisted person, but sometimes I'm
There's
like,
a lot of humor in the movie too, but there's
This
also
movie-
some really dark.
I have
Stuff,
watched.
too.
I have watched the trailer of 13 Sleighs Till Xmas, and I'm going to agree with PJ that it is an unfortunate pairing because I think when I watch it that I'm going to really like it.
Maybe it should have ended up with like Bad Santa.
Or Batman Returns.
Yeah, 'cause that's a Christmas movie.
I don't consider it. Some do.
Okay, so are we voting?
Yeah. Okay, sorry everybody that
painful
worked.
for
Yeah. Sorry everybody that worked on the movie. I'll go with A Christmas Story because even I'm not narcissistic enough to say that 13 Sleighs is a better film than A Christmas Story.
I am going to clap.
Hey, I'm going to go with 13 Sleighs.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So now Travis Holtree has a decision to make.
Oh, now I see what you've done. This is
I did
fun.
my research.
Okay, so why are you guys looking at me all of a sudden?
Because
so
you have to
intently?
decide.
This is bull.
It really is.
This just went from G to PG.
You can put a black square over my mouth like Vincent does. Only that's if I said this is holy crap. I think it would be very interesting because looking at the next pairing, 13 Sleighs has a very good chance of advancing past those two. And so it's
actually, you're right.
And here's the problem, though. If Travis Holtree knocks out A Christmas Story, it is almost a guarantee to be like odds-on favorite next year to go into the Hall of Fame. I mean, that movie's hard to beat.
A Christmas Story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's also assuming it makes the list.
That's right.
You may not be there next year.
Yeah.
Right now, Amy's like, what have I done?
Amy loves 13 Slaves Till Christmas. That's why she voted for it over A Christmas Story.
Now, real quick, you said you did your research. What research did you do about 13 Slaves Till Christmas?
Yes, Amy.
Anything?
No.
She's just being mischievous. She wants to see me squirm.
I do.
It's working.
Hey,
But PJ, you're like almost purple now. You're so red.
PJ, I really am proud of you for your accomplishments with this movie. It is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It can be purchased and rented, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We signed a deal with Comcast, then we're in, like NBC Universal and a bunch of other real big streaming platforms are underneath its umbrella. We don't know what it's going to be on yet, but I've gotten several names, but I'm not going to throw them out there.
Here's my thing.
Jinxed.
If it's gaining, your movie is gaining popularity. It hasn't reached its peak, right?
Oh, no.
Okay. So
it could take 30 years to reach its peak.
Here's how I'm going to vote. But this is with a caveat. I'm going to vote against it. I give it an automatic place at the table next year. An automatic.
Revisit where
You're
we
talking
are.
about A Christmas Story?
No. 13 Slaves Till Xmas. I'm voting against.
It's got to come back to see where it's
got
at
to come back
next
for
year.
a random draw because I think it could make a deep run, and by then I will have commit to watching it before next year.
Okay.
And you know what? I will too.
Okay. All right.
Fair enough.
All right. And so we're very proud of PJ's accomplishments with that movie. It has
It's not just mine. There's a lot of others that.
Yeah,
worked
but you're
on
the
it.
one that
It's
we
a
know.
wonderful trailer.
That is true.
I can say that. The trailer's better than A Christmas Story's trailer.
Oh, thank you.
So
I don't know. PJ's movies are not my thing.
it doesn't
but
matter.
he won't quit.
It doesn't matter. This has a good storyline.
I'm not.
It's a bunch
I'm
of
not
short
saying
stories.
that. The reason
It's not one constant Slayer movie.
you haven't seen it.
I know it though.
Well, and see, that's the thing. The movie isn't. It's not all blood and gore, like somebody running around with a knife. There's different types of stories. Not only that, but it also delves into there's some social commentary and
Well, I mean, don't ruin it for us.
Well, I mean, I'm not telling you too much.
We're going to advance A Christmas Story over 13 Slaves Till Christmas, but 13 Slaves Till Christmas does have a seat at the table. An automatic.
No.
All right, we're going
Sorry,
up
Paige,
to
I
the
tried.
top.
I appreciate it.
It's a Wonderful Life versus Frosty the Snowman. It's a Wonderful Life versus Frosty the Snowman, and Amy gets to vote first.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If I've ever seen It's a Wonderful Life, I don't remember it. And I'm embarrassed to say that, but PJ, I don't think has seen it either.
I haven't either.
So
Not yet?
We're going to
Still
say
haven't seen
Frosty the Snowman it is.
I'm going to have to go with Frosty because it means more to me than It's a Wonderful
The
Life.
original Frosty is
Right.
amazing.
Yep.
Okay, that was easy. For all the contemplation we had on the last one,
Come on, that was fun.
Here's the thing. If you two watch 13 Slaves before next year, I will watch It's a Wonderful Life before next year.
Deal.
I'll
Done.
watch that too.
Okay,
I need to watch both of them.
got it. Can I get a free copy?
Of It's a Wonderful Life, sure.
No, I'm joking.
Download that for you this afternoon.
Next is Home Alone versus Lethal Weapon. And PJ, you're up.
All right. I love Lethal Weapon, but it is not as much of a Christmas movie as Home Alone. Home Alone is a classic, and it's just a fun movie. I mean, Lethal Weapon's a fun movie too, but fun in a different way. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Home Alone.
Amy?
I don't think I've ever seen Lethal Weapon.
Okay,
Louise.
So I'm going with Home Alone. I love Home Alone though.
Home
and that's
Alone's
definitely
I would have been
Christmas
my
movie.
vote, but I love Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It doesn't sound like it
there's
would be
a name
Christmas.
on what does the toilet paper say? Boom.
The toilet paper talks.
No, it doesn't say it. It's written on there.
Spoiler alert. Did you know they just announced, or Mel Gibson just announced that he's going to be directing the 5th installment of Lethal Weapon.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
There's 5 of them, 4 of them.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah, but the first one, the original, does take place at Christmas. It involves nail guns. It has a scene where, a guy's on the using the restroom, and he looks over, and the toilet paper roll, and it says "boom." and so he knows his butt is sitting on a bomb.
Yeah, there's all this C4 underneath the toilet.
Yeah.
So the only reason this is a Christmas movie is because all of this shenanigans happen at Christmas time.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds not good at all.
Yeah. All right.
That's
so
terrible.
we're advancing Home Alone,
Yes.
PJ. All right. Hey, here's a good one. The next pairing is good. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer against Jingle All the Way. And Amy, you're up.
Rudolph. Hands down,
She
Rudolph.
just boom. I mean, she just like there's no explanation. It's like
Well, because there doesn't need one. It's Rudolph.
Yeah.
See?
Well, I was
He's
just saying,
looking at us like.
I mean,
what are you gonna say here?
you know, I think Jingle All the Way should get a place on next year's list. That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking.
so that's what we're
An
doing.
automatic place.
Travis Leon Holtree. What'd you
Here's
do?
the thing: Jingle All the Way is it's
a
fun,
Sinbad movie.
It is. Phil Hartman is in it. And
Yeah.
I love Phil Hartman.
I know.
But when if I were to name off movies that make me think of Christmas, it's going to be Rudolph. Rudolph, also a classic. And here's the other thing.
It's such a bullying movie.
And truthfully, I think Jingle All the Way got left off last year because I just forgot about it.
No, Jingle All the Way. Have you seen it, Amy? You haven't even seen it.
Hey, but I know who Sinbad is. Give me some credit.
Every parent who is trying to get that one toy
Yeah.
for their child and goes to great lengths.
It's the Tickle Me Elmo
It is
movie. Without
it is such a
Tickle
good
Me Elmo.
movie. Oh wait, but I don't get to vote because you guys
And this
didn't
is-
let me.
I know it's weird.
I hear
'cause
some bitterness in that.
It is bitter. I love Jingle All the Way.
PJ and I are
Do you-
normally on the opposite ends of things.
In all honesty, do you really like it better than Rudolph?
I do.
Why?
I don't get into deer, you know. This is not my thing.
I'm
That's
just not a fan.
seriously your
I'm
answer.
not a
fan.
fan of deer or old men with beards.
Leave Santa out of this.
Next.
I'll be back.
So whatever. Next is
my
Black
God.
Christmas versus A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. PJ, you get to vote first.
Oh man. I mean, they're two completely different movies. Black Christmas came out in 1974. Bob Clark, same guy that directed A Christmas Story. Amy's real impressed by that little tidbit of information. I mean, it's a horror film. Obviously, Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas is a comedy. There's probably one of the funniest phallic scenes ever captured on cinema is in that movie. But I say all that to say this. If I was going to choose, there's one of these two that I watch every year that I put in the same category,
Okay.
and that's Black Christmas.
This is where my research had to happen because I haven't heard of either of these. I did like Google ratings. I've never done that before. And it's a 3.4 out of 10 for Black Christmas and a 6.3 out of 10 for the Kumar one. So we're going with the Harold.
Oh, wow. Do you like poop and fart joke comedies?
I don't like TV or movies.
We've got the wrong guest.
I was going to say, I don't like movies, so I'm doing the movie bracket.
Well, I do
They're
like
Christmas.
that
I love Christmas.
she
stuff.
got industrious and
That's
went
true.
to the Google ratings.
Did you see why they were rated? Well, you weren't looking at the parental guideline stuff. I'm thinking like parental rating, but you're looking
No,
at
I don't plan on watching either of these.
fan rating.
What did you vote for? Black Christmas?
Black
And she
Christmas.
said Harold and Kumar?
She said Harold and Kumar.
I get to vote.
You do, finally.
Finally. I got to vote on one other one. 13 Sleighs Till Christmas.
That's true. I'm pretty sure somewhere in Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, a deer is in there somewhere.
Look at him trying to sway my vote. Seen them both. I'm not a big poop and fart guy. Joking.
Right.
It's just not my...
He loves pooping and farting,
I
but he
do.
doesn't like jokes about it.
Everybody does it. It's nothing to joke about.
Oh, I've seen you firsthand your reactions to pooping and farting.
Yeah. When people poop in the toilet and don't clean their own stuff up.
Oh, PJ was like, what was it you were doing?
I don't do that in public.
I don't. If it's an emergency, I will, but I prefer in my own lavatory.
Your own litter box.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to vote for Black Christmas.
All right. Neat.
He's just trying to go against me again.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not a big Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas dude.
No, it's a great movie.
It's okay.
I mean, It's
Black
No,
Christmas.
PJ, you think every movie's a great movie.
Well, I have very low standards.
I'm leaving that one alone.
I've seen other movies I've seen movies I don't think are great.
Name one.
Name 5.
Left Behind.
You don't like Left Behind?
Oh God, so bad. Did you see the Nicolas Cage version? The remake with Nicolas Cage where he plays the pilot? That one I did like, but it's because Nicolas Cage is in it.
Who was in the other one? Mel Gibson?
Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Therein lies the problem. Not a Kirk
What
Cameron
movie am I
fan.
thinking of that Mel Gibson was in? Passion?
Yeah, he was in Passion of the Christ. Well, he directed it. He wasn't in it.
Okay.
Or
All
maybe
right.
he was Jesus in it.
I tried watching a movie this past weekend. No, weekend before. Greyhound with Tom Hanks. It's new.
Oh, it's the boat. Or
Yeah, I
is it
didn't make it
submarines?
very far. They started blowing up submarines, and I was out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
I gotcha.
So
a
what
war
we're gonna
movie,
do?
Yes,
What
I'm
we're
all
gonna
about
do
that.
real quick before we wrap this thing up is I'm gonna read the pairings for next week, and you need to get these up on the old Facebook machine.
I will as
so
soon
that
as I
people
get
can
out of
vote,
here.
Okay. Next week we'll have a new guest. Thank you, Amy, for your time today.
You're
Did
welcome.
Wonderful. You don't have to get to leave yet.
Oh,
We're not. It's not over yet.
Charlie Brown Christmas will be taking on Frosty. Boy, battle of the heavyweights.
man, I feel
Yep.
bad whoever's here next week.
Next, look at Christmas Story is not going to get a challenge. I mean, it's like Christmas Story's got to shoot. Like it's like Black Christmas versus A Christmas Story.
I have a feeling who's this year's winner.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is playing against Elf. Can't stand deer. Home Alone.
Whatever.
Home Alone will be taking on the Santa Claus, and we will eliminate 4 from those 8 and be down to the final 4. The
Yep.
final 4.
This one's going to be tough.
Yeah, it really will be tough. Did we calculate this right? Because, okay, so next week we go from 8 to 4. The next week we go from 4 to 2. And the next week we go from 2 to 1. That's 3 weeks. So 3 weeks means we have Thanksgiving week. This is going to end up in like the second week of December. I think we started this a little early.
That's okay.
Yeah, maybe. You did the initial calculations. I just agreed with you. I suck at math.
All right, but you're good at movie picking.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Amy, I hope you and your family have fun on vacation.
Thanks.
And we will miss you. And thank you for everything you do for the firm. Guys, this has been Law Light, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Check us out on all of our platforms of social media. Be watching for the updated brackets and cast your vote so that we will, we did not talk about public sentiment, but we only did have a small, because you got it up there late. So we
Yeah,
only had a
super
a
late.
small smattering of, we had a small
Smallatering. Yes.
to base the public sentiment on. So hopefully we get a little bit more discussion this week, and we will use that as a weighing factor next week.
You're probably going to have to.
Okay? We will. It's going to get tough. It's going to get tough.
Yeah.
Until next time, thank you very much for listening, and if you ever have a need for good quality legal representation, give us a call.
This case should never have come to trial.
I don't think it's fair to call my clients frauds. Because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery of a sham, of a mockery of a travesty of 2 mockeries of a sham.
If we are to have faith in justice, we need only to believe in ourselves.
And the truth shall set you free.
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty, but with a real good excuse.
I think the truth will come forth.
You can't handle the truth.